So hello everyone once again and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chinyere of Julia Style Glam. If this is your first time here with me, thank you so much for being here. And if you already subscribed to my channel, you're absolutely welcome. Alright, so today we're going to be talking again, still on the P.Diddy'S saga. We are hearing reports now that his son is being charged with sexual assault, okay, as well. And so, according to the story, it says that Diddy Combs' son, Christian King Combs, has been accused of sexually assaulting a woman back in 2022 on a yacht. His famous father chatted. According to a new lawsuit per the complaint filed in Los Angeles Thursday and obtained by page 6. So I'm reading this from page 6. Grace O'Mackey, who was hired to work on the boat, alleges that the Can't Stop Won't Stop rapper allegedly assaulted her during a charter sold as a wholesome family excursion that turned into a hedonistic environment. Hey God. In Igbo culture, there is a saying, I'm going to put the translation here. In Igbo culture, we say agwo adige lo agwibia, which means a snake doesn't swallow its fellow snake. And in the same Igbo language, we also say agwo ga mutara agwo. That means a snake will definitely give birth to a snake. It will not give birth to a lizard. It will not give birth to a chicken. It will give birth to a snake. So what am I saying in essence? What I'm saying is, if you recall when I talked about Aoki Lee Simmons, I talked about patterns, okay? And you see, again, this is what we are looking at. This boy is 22. Christian is 22. So by the law, he's an adult. And which means whatever punishment that is going to be meted out on his father is going to be met out to him. That said, we are looking at a situation where this is a boy who learned by what he saw in his environment. Now get this, a lot of people would be like, may even argue, but how? Why would he follow in his father's footsteps? Now, as we all know that most of the celebrity kids are sheltered. They live a very sheltered life. And we also know that in the lives of the rich and famous, there's a lot of messy things that go on that we don't have privy to because it's exclusive. And so take, for instance, a boy or a child who is raised in certain environments and does not know any better. Now, I am not excusing his behavior, please don't get me wrong. And so doesn't know any better than what he's being taught. I think I've read a book like that where I think it was a father who told his son to hit a girl or something. And, he felt like it was, because that was what his father taught him until he learned otherwise, that no, you don't hit women. And so if you see in a situation where this is happening, okay, then you realize very quickly how things can déraper. In French, you say ça va vite déraper. Les choses vont déraper vite. That means things just go out of hand really quickly. And so, again, following in the same, and I keep on saying, I said, listen, one's sexual orientation is none of my business. But what is my business is abusing. Okay, taking someone's willpower to say no, and then you take that power from them, spike their drinks, drug them, whatever it is you want to do, and then you think and you decide that it's okay. No, it's not. Because you took something away. If you don't understand what that means, when rape, when you rape someone by force, or you rape someone, when you spike someone's drink to get them helpless to do whatever it is you want to do, what thing you have done is you took something away from that person. And that person knows that something, it's like something goes away from you, something is missing from you. And it doesn't ever sit right with you, in no matter how you look at it. It will never sit right with you. And until you're able to understand and get that thing out of you and be able to look that thing in the face and say, you had no right. You shouldn't have. Sometimes, we have people who get so angry, okay, over things like that. That said, I have a story for you. Now, if you also recall in that last video, I told you about the fact that I used to drink. And I told you also the story of how I was able to, with the help of the Spirit, with the help of God, I am here. Now, I also remember saying that I don't get drunk. Good. And I remember also saying that, in fact, when I drink, that is when I'm more alert. Here's the story. While I was at the university in Nigeria, there were this set of guys I knew. Okay, they were supposed to be club boys at the time. If you're in Nigeria, you know what it was, for club boys and all. The whole notion of being a club boy is like a frat. And so one of them in that group always rubbed me the wrong way. People always said things, and in the corridors, because even his friends used to say things in the corridors of, this guy, the way he acted like he was an imbecile, but he wasn't. He acted like he was stupid, but he wasn't. Very smart, very intelligent. But when you see him from the get-go, he has this persona of a straight up imbecile. And so I took what they always said to heart. And so there was something I noticed there was this day we all went out. I think it was a party or something. And while there, I think a girl got tipsy. And this dude offered to take that girl home. Now, mind you, I'd been hearing from the same circle of his friends. And you see, that's why I keep on saying the things men condone, the things men take to be normal and proper, I don't understand where and how that even has to be. And so he took that girl home and slept with her while she was inebriated. And so this was a gist in his circle of friends. And then they would hail him. I'm trying so hard to avoid calling out his name because he had a nickname and everyone knew that nickname. And no matter there's a word I'm going to use and you're going to get the nickname. And so because of this, look of stupidity he has on his face, you actually always assume him to be this very innocent, person who does not do harm. There was a day I think I was on my way back and he saw me and he offered to take me to my residence. And I accepted. While in the car, he began to try to talk me and I said, no, I'm sorry. I cannot have anything to do with you. I am not even attracted to you, in all honesty. Now get this. One night, I had also had a couple of bottles to drink. And I was on my way home. This dude offered to take me home and I did not refuse. Again, remember I said I'm more alert. Anyone seen me would have said, oh my God, she's really, but I had my wits about me. I got my keys out of my bag, opened my door and got in. This dude followed me inside. When he followed me inside, I told him, why is he here? Is he waiting for someone? Again, I didn't feel threatened. I wasn't bothered. Again, these are a group of people I know. And then he said to me, no, he just wants to be sure that I'm okay. I'm like, okay, fine. And I lay my head down to sleep. While I lay my head down to sleep, I noticed someone touching me and someone trying to kiss me, because I had my head like that on the pillow, and someone trying to kiss me. I would say I was tipsy, but I wasn't drunk. And so I looked up at him. There was shock on his face, because one thing I knew was that he wasn't expecting that I was going to be able to speak, or I was going to be able to open my eyes that way. And I looked up and I said, "What the hell are you doing?" And he was like, "Oh." I'm like, "Get out of my room now." I said, "Get the hell out of my room." This was me. And listen, again, I was tipsy, but it did not stop me from being able. I walked him out of my room. That was the last time, I'll tell you, that was the last time he actually said hi to me, or he tried to be friendly, because usually he'll be like real friendly. That was the last time. Up until I left the university, sometimes he didn't, it was more like a hi, hello, and I really never cared or bothered. In essence, he had been doing what he was doing and getting away with it. He realized very quickly that it wasn't everyone that he could get along with, and this is a pattern for him. Now get this. On this day, my friend and I, a very good friend of mine, went to see a very good friend of mine, very, very lovely friend of mine at the time. And every time he came into town, because I schooled in Enugu, so every time he came into town, he always came to look out for me. And he came and we were like, okay. And I was like, oh, let's go. He was like, listen, because he didn't live in Nigeria. So he was like, listen, if you actually stay abroad, you really, not all the time do you want to go out. So he was like, let's stay at my house, and everything. Had a very lovely house in Enugu. And we went to his house with my friend. And my friend was drinking, and I was just watching her. She was drinking. I was drinking. I was having I think it was, he brought out wine. And so my friend I noticed what he was doing. So my friend will smile, talk, and then he'll up her glass. And he will come to up my glass, and I'll put my hand over my glass. I'm like, oh no, thank you. And so I noticed, I was watching out for because I knew that I knew myself, but I didn't know my friend, because I'd never seen her drink or been in a place where we drank together so much, or so little. And so when I noticed he was pouring, all the time, I called my friend and said, "Girl, he's filling out your glasses. Are you sure you want to drink this much?" And then he looks at me and he starts laughing. I mean, he's my very good friend and he's a very decent human being. So he looks at me and he starts laughing. He said, "You know what? I'd actually heard that you're very, very, very that you're very sharp when you're in the midst of people and you're drinking." And he said, I because I've never drunk with you and this is my first time. I said, "I heard, and I just wanted to be sure." And it makes you a very observant person, And he was like, he just wanted to be. He said he wasn't doing it to me because we're like, okay, if he was doing it to me, it would have been like, I would have probably easily accepted, but I wasn't accepting. But my friend wasn't saying anything, and I was the one who said something on her behalf. I wish I could see him again. I hope he's fine wherever he is. And that day, my friend, we walked out of that place, my friend said, "Thank you." I said, "No problem." That's why it's always important that we all go out together. So what am I saying in essence? I'm saying that it is never okay to remove somebody's will. I'm saying it is never okay to think you can spike someone's drink or food with the intention, to have sex with them. It's not okay. I'm sorry for Christian. I'm not sorry, because he goes to school and there are certain things that they are taught at school. And one of the things they are taught at school is sex education. And I think one of the things that they're also taught at school is the word no. Because in my son's school, as quickly and as early as the age of 9, they are made to understand that no means no. that when someone says no, the person means no. So, fat lock for him. He has to dance to the tune and deal with the consequences. The painful part of this is that he is Kim Porter's son, the one she had for P. Diddy. And it's quite a sad development. Again, my question is, are the victims going to get justice? When will the allegations, when will all these come to a head? That's the only question I've got. And on this note, guys, do not fail to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.